Loaded bases, Dre Nelson. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good. We are I'm learning with the whole doing the podcast with minor leaguers now. Mondays are the way to go. That's it's tougher.
Yeah, sure. I understand. It's more of a busier day.
Where are you guys at?
We just got back from the road from Hillsborough.
Nice. So
Yeah,
so what organization do you play for?
I play for the Angels organization.
Do you like it?
Yes, I love it. It's especially how things are turning around now, and just the way that the mentality is going on. It's getting a lot better.
Yeah, so there's a like so the minor leagues it's a grind.
Oh yeah,
That is
def-
what I've been told.
yeah, definitely. It's a grind. I want to say it's almost like college where you're continuously fighting to always find a spot on the field,
Yeah.
regardless of the level that you're at. So I mean, it's just a continuous grind that you just can't seem to live without. But I mean, the only better thing is you do get paid a little bit. So I mean,
A little
that's
bit, a little bit.
do it. That's the upside to it. But everything else is, I mean, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah. So you got drafted in 2018. How
Yeah.
was how was that? I mean, like, what was your like reaction like to getting, I guess, like notified that you were drafted by the Angels?
Oh man, it was a completely different like story. It was a life changer. I mean, just
Let me
the
hear it.
instant was, huh?
Let me hear it.
Oh yeah. So I mean, so I from my agent, I heard I was supposed to go through 11 through 13.
Mm.
So those rounds that went by, my face was just glued to the phone, and I was like, okay, here we go. It was about that time, getting ready, and then my name didn't get called. So I was like, oh man, so maybe not this year. So I guess I got to go to JUCO ball and do what I need to do and be able to enter the draft again next year. So I gave my phone to my fiance, and she was like, "You're okay. Just relax. You never know what might happen." And so here comes 14th round. She just looked at me. I'm like, "What? What's the issue?" She's like, "You've been drafted." And she started crying, and I started. My dad ran in. He's like, "You got drafted," and then my brother called. It was a complete life changer for just my family in general. I mean, it was something that I never experienced before.
Yeah.
So it was real different. It was real exciting, and just to be able to do something like that, coming from where I come from in my community that I'm at, it's a huge game changer for me.
So so like when you were younger, like did you always want to be a professional baseball player? Or when did you realize that like, oh, maybe like I got a shot at this thing? Like let's turn it up a notch.
Yeah, so I mean, I've always played all sports when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'm always made sure I played all sports no matter what. But her biggest sport was always baseball.
Yeah.
For some, all the sports, football, basketball, track, all of it was baseball. And I was like, why? And then I just thought of it like, well, from my mother's perspective, it's like baseball is more of a safer sport. So she don't have to worry about me getting concussions and getting injured left and right and all of that. Like she didn't have to worry about
Mhm.
it. It kind of made more sense as I got older. But before her passing, she was like, I want you to play professionally,
Mm.
like somewhere, but more so baseball. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I was younger, so I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna play professional, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, be professional or something. Like, I don't care what I got to do. I'm gonna do whatever. And then whenever she passed away from breast cancer, like as that moment it's been growing and growing and growing. Me getting close to the baseball because I mean that was my close way to always being with her, even
Yeah.
closer than like in general. So whenever that had happened, it just started getting clear to me like, okay, baseball is your sport, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is what you can do to be able to provide for your family, be able to provide for your friends, everybody like that. So just to be able to have the life that you always wanted and the life that me and my mom always talked about, it's just been a stepping stool just to like make sure that I get over to therefore I'll be able to reach it and make it happen one day.
So yeah, it's I'd say because my mom and then like 'cause I grew up a only child with a single parent, and then my
Dang.
mom like she, and then like it's like when I was learning to pitch like when I was like 12, 13, she
Yeah.
would she would be out there like trying to
Mm.
catch me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta say, moms are big
Oh yeah.
sport people.
Always. They always have the biggest, especially because just that bondage of you coming out of their room and that's like basically the first person you see is like
Yeah,
that really starts a relationship and the bond that you'll have forever.
yeah. I mean, I can kind of make a counterpoint on baseball being the safest one.
Yeah.
See, dude, I've actually gotten 2 concussions from baseball. Yeah,
And it could all still happen the same way, but it's like it's less likely to. And that
dude.
was like you never know.
So yeah, there was a so it was during state baseball my junior year of high school, and then I was playing left field, and then a ball was hitting the left center gap, and then I
Yeah.
was going full speed for it,
Oh,
and then I mean I didn't realize that the warning track was there. I ran to a crossbar, and
oh
it was literally like an inch above my temple. So I cracked my skull, hematoma, like concussion, knocked out cold. Yeah,
God. And it's crazy that
that's
I only had,
baseball.
yeah, definitely. I think I only had one one big injury in baseball.
No,
That's
I would.
when I was 12, and I just like the only thing I really did was break my elbow.
Ooh,
All of the injuries came from other sports, and I was like,
yeah.
okay, well now I'm this isn't what I'm gonna be trying to do later. So let me just focus on baseball.
So was like playing baseball and growing up in Houston. I mean, like, was that like the sport or the football?
I mean, for certain areas it was, for certain areas, and then like it was more common.
Yeah.
And my mom always wanted me to play is because it wasn't that common
Yep.
for my area, my community. It's just like, so why not be that one baseball guy that came out of the
Yeah.
community? Not always just a football guy or a basketball guy or something like that. Like, why not be a baseball guy?
Yeah.
And so she was always down for it and always making sure that I was playing that sport, no matter if I didn't want to or not. She was making sure I was playing on that diamond. And I mean, just knowing how much she really cared for baseball and just sports in general,
Yeah.
but more so baseball is just it brung peace to me with everything.
So yeah, baseball is definitely more than just a sport.
Yes.
There is
Oh,
way more to it.
yes. Definitely. Definitely.
It's a lifestyle inside. Like and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think about it is I never really started to travel to states
Yeah.
until baseball really came. Because I mean, football, you're not really traveling until you get
Yeah.
to like what college,
Yeah.
or if you play like on those international teams, then you do that. But nobody's doing that. But baseball, you traveling to state to state to state, to World Series, to tournaments, to regionals, to all of this, meeting new people. Like, because I've also played in the Astros RBI Youth Academy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I was able to meet Ugandans, Puerto Ricans, Venezuelans, Dominicans, like all of the Cubans, even before I got to pro ball. And it's like just being in that environment at an early age was like, well, shoot, now I know what the baseball world can be like.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
So,
say in 2018 I moved down to South Florida like for a year. And
yeah,
then I played slow pitch softball down there, but
yeah,
all the guys that play slow pitch down there are like the ex MLB guys, the ex like the minor league guys like from like Cuba, the Dominican, Puerto Rico.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah, I know.
they take that serious.
Yeah,
The whole team ball game.
they really do. And that's the crazy part about it. Because, I mean, you could just tell just from being around those guys, like just coming from where they come from and knowing that this is like literally their only opportunity, their only chance to be able to make something of themselves. It's like, it's fun to play with those guys. And so, like, just me knowing who I'm playing with, because I mean, yes, in basketball and football, you can get players from across the country.
Yeah.
Baseball, you have that every day.
Yep.
You have from everywhere across the globe, no matter what. So it's like you're really competing against the entire world.
Yep.
Like, no doubt about it. Every day of the week, you're competing against the entire world. Like, regardless if they're on your team or not, you're competing against them. And therefore, I mean, maybe you have to fight for a spot in the future. Like, you're literally competing against everybody across the globe.
Yeah. It's I mean like so so when you showed up to your first spring training,
Mm-hmm.
did you realize like of how many people there were, I mean, to
Yes.
play against? Yeah. How was
Yeah.
that? How was
It
your
was
first spring training?
so the first spot I went to, because I always go to Arizona. We always, whenever we go to spring training, we go to Lolo's Chicken. We eat there, and we just ball. And then after that, it's like, okay, it's season time. So first time I got there for spring training, like I seen a bunch of unfamiliar faces. I was like, I don't know you. I don't know you. Like, where are these cats coming from? And then they were like, they're from the International League, and they're like trying to find a way on, just like how we had to do it with the draft. And I was like, wow, that just completely threw me off.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so got in the first section of our locker room, of our clubhouse, and seeing that spot, seeing all the different type of pitchers. You got guys that are 16 all the way up to 40s. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, it's a huge age difference just in the whole organization alone. And it's like, I'm not a kid no more. You got to
No.
play with these guys. Like, guys are competing against you no matter the age, no matter who's like more experienced, any of that. Like, everybody's competing from 16 to whatever age. And it was like just being able to see it, because I didn't believe it. Like, I'm like, okay, it's just spring training or whatever. I'm going to see the guys that I was with in half season and call it a year or whatever, call it a start. And then just going in, like, the way it's set up differently, because you got big league guys running around through it. And it's like, you got media, like with Otani. Oh my God. Like,
Oh yeah, because
his Asian Asian commit, like, media, like, they're everywhere.
yeah, because
Drone.
you were there the first year that he was there
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
like 19.
Yeah. So they were going ridiculous crazy, all around our complex, drones, cameras. Like, it was going crazy. And I'm like, okay, we have Otani now. How does that work for Trout too? Because we
Yeah,
got Trout.
see, dude, you got at least two of the biggest stars in baseball
Yeah,
in the same
yeah,
organization,
yes. And then you
and
got one
one
of the,
plays in the same like position
yeah,
as you.
and then you had the classic before we released them. Pujols. You had
Yeah,
him. Right.
dude.
You had Upton. And then you had new prospects. You had Jordell, Marsh, Jeremiah, all those guys. Garrett Morgan, all those guys in there just running around. And you got my year's first rounder, Adams,
Yeah,
Jackson. Yeah, all those guys running around. It's like, it's a lot of media attention going on. And then me just being like the 14 round pick, I didn't really have that much exposure. The only thing that really got me on the market was my rookie card. So it's like that was like pretty much the only thing that I had. I'm like, okay, this is like, if you're this guy, I see what kind of attention you get. If you're this guy, you get this
yeah,
attention. Like, it was just so different, so much things going on at once. It was like, okay, like, this is a pretty
yeah,
fast moving pace game, and it's like, you got to be ready for all of it. Like, you never know, you might get called over for an interview, you might get called over for practice with the big. Like, you never know what's going on in that type of situation. So
yeah.
it was a cool first experience just to be able to go in there and be able to experience that and be able to see the guys that I've seen and just be able to be like, okay, in a couple of years, this might be me.
Yeah. Oh, it's I mean, like, cause I would assume that you realize fast that like this is your job in the way that
Yes.
you have a long road ahead of you.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, we having fun. We're out there because we love the game, but at the end of the day, we still have a job to do. No
Yeah.
matter what, no matter where you're at on the lineup, no matter what round you're in, you have a job to do.
Yeah. It's wild, man. I would say. I mean, so like I'm like so living up near. Oh, I guess 2 hours away from Seattle. Like so,
Hmm.
almost every time that when the Angels come to town, like
Yeah,
I mean, like I drive over there. I
yeah.
mean, like just to see like I mean, pretty much their 1 through 9 lineup. And
So
but then
dangerous.
I'm like, but then now like with like Joe Madden and like coming from the Cubs because I'm a Cubs fan. So then
Mhm.
I'm just like, okay, so now you got Madden, you got like Dexter Fowler over there,
Yes, yes. You got
and
a lot.
then
You got
so then like
Rendon, all
yeah,
those guys.
dude, it's
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
you play for a badass organization, man.
I
It's
appreciate it.
crazy.
I appreciate it. I can't wait to be able to have the opportunity to play with those guys someday.
It's a grind, bro.
Yes, for sure. And our farm system is just continuously growing. Like
Yeah.
personally, I feel even though stats may say different, I personally feel that we have the most athletic and most like down willing to fight for anything
Yeah.
organization in the whole league. I mean, we're down for anything. We're always competing. We have the shoot. I feel like I'm back at home in North Shore where we have all the best athletes in the city of Houston and the state of Texas. And it's like that's how I feel with the Angels. Like I feel like it's not more so like you got to stick to one thing, this and that. Like you basically play a robot. I'm not a robot. I'm
Wow.
an athlete. We're all athletes, and that's what takes over the majority of the time.
Oh, for
So I just
sure. Like
love
you're,
being.
I'd say, because you're not the first person like that I've heard that from either. So it's like, so I mean, like that kind of like confirms like what I hear.
Yes, definitely, definitely. All the rumors are true.
All the rumors are true. No, dude, I was super stoked like when I heard that high A Angels like we're gonna be in Pasco. I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
and that was
I'm
pretty
like,
different.
I know people like going there now. Like,
Yeah,
this is sweet.
yep. It was pretty different because so with all the pandemic going on, like it was a bunch of rumors going on talking about they're gonna cut teams, they're gonna cut
Yeah, dude.
level, and all of that. I'm like, well, I'm guessing they're gonna cut players too.
Hmm.
So you got guys that were prospects in the organization that got released, not just from ours, but from other organizations. It's like, well, shoot, I'm a 14 round guy. I
Yeah.
only played one full season. Like I'm freaking out, and it's just so much mental stuff that was going on during that time. And it's like I don't know. Like I'm of course I'm gonna keep on praying about it and pray
Yeah.
to God that they in this, but there's no telling because they were releasing guys left and right and really had no really good explanation why. Like, but the COVID pandemic, and it's like you don't know, so it just made it a lot tougher going into the season because like anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anybody can move, anybody can get cut, like anything can happen. So it was just real different just coming from the pandemic to now. And then it's like so you cut teams, you cutting players, like what's really going on? And so whenever we got the call from that we're gonna be playing at Tri City, I was like, I ain't never heard of that team before. Like, what kind of team is this? And so they were like, they were a minor league affiliate of the San Diego Padres, and I got San Diego Padres friends that I used to play with, and I was like, so we're taking that team from y'all. Like, why do we want to? So I didn't know what was going on. Like we
Yeah,
had
dude.
two affiliates. We had the Rocket City Trash Pandas. We had Tri
Best
City. So
name, dude. Best name out there.
I'm thinking, Tri City, brand new field and all that. Here, and I was like, oh, it's already been here. So that's when it came about. Like, okay, they were San Diego Padres minor league affiliate, and I was like, okay, so we just bought them over, and here we
Yeah.
are. So it's a pretty different environment as far as from where I'm at, Houston,
Yep.
Texas.
100%.
Pasco, I didn't went through so much sicknesses and stuff like that with the dust storms, with the
Yep.
with the changes, with the rain, with the wind. It's like it's an ongoing thing. It's like golly, like at least back in Houston, you kind of had an idea when stuff was gonna go on. I
Yep.
mean, not too much, but it's like out here in Pasco, like it'll be hot and then it'll be cool.
Dude, you haven't even
Freezing.
seen the summer yet. You haven't
That's
even
what
seen the summer yet.
I'm feeling it already. Because once we got back, because it was raining in Hillsboro.
Yeah.
And then I called my fiance because she was already down here. And I'm like, hey, is it raining in Pasco? She was like, nah, it's sunny.
Yep.
What? Pasco? Wait a minute. And so we got here, got outside the bus. I'm humid. I was like, I'm kind of sweating a little bit. Like, what is going on? Like, where did the sun come from? I was like, I guess it is true how they talk about the weather down here.
Yeah. It's well, I mean, because you're about Pasco's that's about an hour and 15 minutes away from like where I'm at.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like the same weather. It's I mean, so like in the wintertime, I mean, it snows here a lot,
yeah.
and then in the summertime, it's hot. It's hot. It's a dry heat, and then it'll get windy,
Wow.
and that's I mean, then like the dust. I mean, dude, I mean, because you're playing for the Tri-Cities Dust Devils. So, dude, yeah, it's. I mean, so I because now I play softball like at those fields like right next to the stadium.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, it
yeah.
is the worst playing in the wind down there. So
Yep, for sure,
you know
for sure.
exactly how it is.
Always blowing somewhere. It'll blow left one time, and then 5 seconds later, it's blowing right. And I'm like,
Yep.
how are we able? Like, it's so hard to play defense out there because you never know. Like, you're constantly looking up at the flag, making sure the wind's not changing because if that wind changing, you
It can
don't
change a
know.
split second.
Yes, yeah, exactly. If that wind changes and you don't know, it's gonna be tough to find that ball.
So we had them playing over on the east side of the state, and then you go to the west side of the state.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different. See, dude, okay, that's like one of the biggest things that people have the biggest misconceptions about Washington State. Like they always
Yeah,
say, "Oh yeah, like it rains all the time." I'm like, it probably rains like 4 days out of the year, like over here. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, dude, it gets hot in the summer, snows all in the winter, and they're like, "There's
that's
just difference."
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I want to say that we had. I know for sure one rained out game, but we still played through it. And I mean, that night it was so bad. It
was that
was
was that
bad.
in Everett?
No, this was in Pasco.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this was in Pasco. So it was literally. So like I said, it was a nice little chill, sunny at first when we first got out there for pregame work, and then going into the game started like cooling down, and then I want to say like right in the 7th through 9th,
Dang.
it dropped below like right around 40. I was like, okay, I put on my two long sleeves anyway. I kind of figured someone was gonna go on, and then out of nowhere we go into extra innings. I'm like, all right, we're gonna be out here for a little longer, but it's good. Here comes the rain, and I was like, oh my god,
Rain's the worst, dude. Rain
it's
and
cold.
wind. Yep.
And I was sitting in the outfield like wow, this is really going on, and like the inning was going so good, like it was back and forth, back and forth. Like we went to like I don't think we went to like the 11th, the 12th inning or something like that. Like the game was going on, and we were just constantly two teams just battling in the worst way possible. I think we did we. I think we still won that game, but it was just the thought of being out there.
You just wanted to get it done.
Yeah, yeah. To win this game and let's go. This is enough.
Yeah, dude, we have like weird like springs up here. I mean, I remember like a tournament like when I was probably like 13 or 14,
Yeah,
and it was in May and it snowed. And it was so cold and it snowed in May. We were like, so do we still play baseball in this? It was
yeah.
yeah, just keep
Oh,
going.
that is. I've never played in snow before, but I've played in some pretty cold weather. Like whenever because I mean not heat. Like it's every once in a while. Like
Yeah.
we our first snow like since 4 years ago, and like we didn't know how to act with that. So it's
Yeah.
like cold weather in general in Houston, Texas. Nobody knows how to act. Nobody knows how to act.
Dude, that's the same. Like when I lived in Florida, I think it was like so I moved down there. It was in like January, and then the week I got down there, it was in like the 60s, like the low 60s, and they
Oh
were all bundled up. And then I came from here, and it was like the single digits, and I was in shorts. I was like, this is so nice. And then everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, they're like,
yeah,
hey.
it was crazy. Oh man.
So there was a so I watched actually I also posted a video of you like with the bomb and the bat flip.
Oh,
Dude.
oh man. That was it was a lot going into that one.
Yeah, dude.
All
Tell me about okay, why did you sit and wait and watch that and then go up?
right. Okay, so I want to say beginning of the game, we were beating them bad. Like the pitcher could not get out the inning,
Mm,
and I was in a deep count with the pitcher, and so the catcher just started getting irritated because I mean he's been down there for about a good hour in the
yeah.
first. So I'm like, okay, I understand your pain, but I'm not about to give away an out. So something's gonna go down. Like I'm gonna keep battling until I get my pitch, and that's how it's gonna go. So it was right before I had hit a double against the guy, the pitcher. I had called time. He flips up, man, what the heck, man? I'm like, bro, like, shut up. You're fine. I don't care how you feel. Like, don't, like, chill out. He's like, man, I'm just trying to get out the inning, man. I'm like, sucks for you. And so here comes next pitch. Of course, something happens. I hit a double. And that got it riled up even more with the catcher. So after that, I came back again. And usually, like, I don't speak to the catcher unless it's like just the first time, just to meet and greet or whatever. Let them know, like, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? Da, da, da. Second time, I was like, hey, are you okay? Like, just to check on him, because, I mean, dude was pretty pissed. He was like, whatever, I'm good. I was like, oh, God, here we go. So the at-bat goes on. Guy gets down. He started talking trash in the back. He was like, man, like, let's go, throw a strike, throw right here, make him hit. And I was like, hey, like it's just getting more irritating as this at bat goes on. And so guy gets down 3-1. And like it was pretty obvious, dude. I mean, he had to get back in the at bat. So it's pretty obvious he was throwing a fastball. And just enough, he threw the fastball. And I hit it, and I was like,
dude, it was right down the
middle. Oh my God. So just going into that, I don't think we were winning just yet. I mean, we were winning, but I think they came back or something like that, but we were still right in the tight on. And I mean, when I hit it, it was like, because again, I haven't played baseball in over a year.
Yeah.
I haven't had really just any excitement, like as that type of excitement. And so when I hit it, it just felt like I was back at home, like baseball's finally back. The pimping is back, the bat flipping is baseball is finally back. Thank you, Lord. So let's have a little fun. Let's have a little excitement. And let's just do what it did. And I mean, that's what happened. So
yeah, dude, that pitcher was pissed.
Yeah. So did that. And so the pitcher, he threw his glove at me.
Yep.
He didn't throw it at me, but he swiped it at me or whatever. And so I look at him, I'm like, are you mad or something? Like, it wasn't even that serious. I didn't think it was that serious. But after a while, I had came in. One of my teammates pulled me over. He was like, man, that was long. Like, you really stood there for a long time. And I was like, are you for real? Like, was it that long? And he was like, yeah, that was pretty disrespectful and everything. And at the time, I'm still, my adrenaline's still running, so I'm still hyped up. Everybody's hyped up. Everybody's dabbing me up and stuff like that. And I was like I couldn't just tell him, like, the pitcher was giving me hell, and like he wouldn't shut up, and he was annoying me, he was pissing me off. Like, I couldn't say that because I was just, it was in the moment. And so I had looked at it, and so I came in the dugout. My teammates were like, dude, you were there for a while. Dude, and I was like, no.
I think I actually still have the video on my phone, like from when I posted it. Dude.
Yeah.
I will have to count how many seconds. I say at least 5. Dude, at least 5.
Man.
Let's see. Keep going. Yeah, dude, it was wild.
Oh man. But I mean, it was just the love, the excitement just came back into me, like, and then my behind, I'm always watching these big league home runs and all of that. I'm like, man, I want to be that. So here we go. Fun with it. And I did it. I was like, oh God, that was pretty bad.
It was about 5.5 seconds. Bro. Dude, dude, that was a straight, like, if I had to compare it to any bat flip I have watched in the MiLB, Dude, that's a straight like, dude, that would have been like a Tatis right there. Tatis or Baez
Oh
straight hitting home
God.
runs.
Oh man. It was so crazy. And the thing about it is, so whenever it happened, it got posted or whatever. And my
Yeah,
coach has seen it. And he knows, like, behind every, like, pimp job or whatever, there's a story.
for sure.
Because back in high school, we were playing this team, Magnolia, and they had a bunch of guys. They had two guys get drafted to the Blue Jays, and that's who we were playing, actually. It wasn't him that threw the pitch, but he was on the team. It was a third rounder and first rounder. You got Grotius and you got Clough. I think, yeah, that's his name. They were on that team back in high school. I mean, those guys were big shot.
Yeah.
Big shot. Like, if you played Magnolia, you knew there was going to be scouts. You knew there was going to be fans. You knew something was going – because they had all those guys.
Yeah.
You had guys going to Tech, TCU, Kansas, other big JUCOs,
Big
Division
schools
One,
down
like, all
there.
that. That team was stacked. And it's like me being like one of the minor prospects, and then having like two of the JUCO guys that were seniors that were actually playing, and then the rest of them were young. It's like, okay, I have the mentality, like, I don't care who they are. We're the same people. Like, we do things the same way. We put on the pants the same way, like all that
Yep.
stuff. Like, that didn't faze me. It's like, well, they got a number one draft pick over there. They got a pitcher over there. I'm like,
It's like, okay, like,
play baseball. Just shut up.
yeah.
So that irked me. And then the Magnolia team got in. They had got in late or something like that. And they were taking a while to, like, get ready for the game. We were already ready because we had just came from a game. So we were already ready. I'm just sitting there, like, because we were the away team. I'm just sitting there like, can y'all, like, come on, please? Please, come on. Like,
I'm trying to
today,
hit.
yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah,
hit.
we have a whole
Go.
whole tournament. Somebody's playing after us. And so that was going on. So I'm just getting eager, like, come on, I'm ready to play. Like, I'm ready to play. Like, my teammates are making me mad right now because they're worried about who they got over there. They're taking forever over there, and it's like I'm just balled up, like, just ready to compete and ready to fight for, like, just to win. I just want to win. I don't care how we did it. I don't care if I walked every single time. As long as he won, I don't care. So I had it was kind of similar home run hit. I had hit the home run or whatever, and that set off everything. So, of course, again, you got scouts, you got fans, you got all those guys in the stands. And it's like, honestly, I really feel like that's when I was able to get seen by
That's the
scout.
moment. Yep.
That was the moment. Like, literally after that tournament, I had got a call from the Angels, and boom, here we are years later with the Angels. So that had happened, and I didn't get in trouble, but one of our assistant directors for athletics, she was like, "Hey, he don't need to be doing that," because it was a game before or a tournament before or something like that. Like, I just tossed the bat. Nothing
Yeah.
talking about anything. I just tossed the bat, whatever. She's like, "We don't need to be doing that." Da, 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 da. I was like, "Okay, yes, ma'am. I won't do it again. Like, we're good to go. I got you. I got it out the way. We're good." But that game, and my coach was getting more pissed at it too, because, like, how my teammates were acting and how they were talking about it. I'm like, shut up, play baseball. Just play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, so yeah, it came in. I'm thinking, I'm like, dang it, I'm finna get in trouble again. I'm finna get a suspension. So I pimped this ball, and, like, all of my emotions just jumped out. And, like, I just was like, forget this. I'm doing this. Like, y'all aren't better than us. Da, da, da. And I was like, let's just do it. So I did it. And he was like, I mean, I understand. Like, why you felt you had to do that. Because from that home run to the rest of the game, we shut those guys out. Like, they didn't
That's a
score.
huge, amazing feeling.
That's it. That's all I was going for that whole game. That we shut those guys out. I think maybe they got 1 or 2 runs or something like that, but they could not just do what they normally did to other teams. Like there's home runs left and right, double singles, everybody walking. It was a circus for every team. It wasn't going to be a circus for that day, and so all that emotion just popped out. So my coach knew, like whenever I hit that home run against the Canadians, like it was something behind it.
Yeah.
It was like you ain't changed a bit, huh? I was like, I'm not gonna change for anybody. I do this for my teammates to get my team riled up, and I do this to get the excitement going. So therefore, we can continue the game, and it's just that simple. Like it's nothing. Like I mean, I understand like it's competing at the end of the day, but it's like I still want to have fun.
Dude, I am 1,000% for bat flips and pitchers like celebrating. Like, dude, I love
That's
that.
the way it needs to be. Like that's because just think about it. Back in the day, baseball was just so simple.
Yeah.
And when you go to a game, you know exactly what's going to happen. You know a couple of guys going to hit home runs. You know a couple of guys maybe steal a base, a couple of guys catch a ball. Yeah. It was so predictable, so simple. But it's like now, just look at the fans. Look at the excitement. Look how crazy everything's going on with it. Like you got all these kids that never really thought baseball was as fun as it is now.
And then they will watch it and then go play it because they see the guys like on TV like Baez, Tatis, Tim Anderson, like all those guys just having fun. Like
yes, no doubt about it. I mean, in respect to all the older legends, but it's like you guys did it your way. We're doing it our way. We're just adding a little, like for instance, Ken Griffey Jr. Had backwards, have flavor,
changed the game,
have fun, and it's like it's so crazy because y'all didn't want us to do this or do that, but here y'all were doing it for a little while.
Yeah,
we checked it out, and now we're bringing it all the way in now.
Yep,
like we're bringing that back. Like that's all those guys are trying to do. Us all those guys are trying to do, just trying to make the game more interesting, more fun for the youth. And I mean, look what it's doing now. Like we have no choice but to look back at those type of guys and be like, thank you, because now, and like we can play the game how we want to play it with no hard feelings, and it's fun. Like pitchers can do it whatever they want to do. Nobody cares. Yeah. They're having fun. They're excited. They're yelling. They're jumping. I would be too if I'm striking out dudes left and right, or if I'm shutting down a team. Who wouldn't? Like, because you expect the pitcher, like, and I was a part of this too. I would always say pitchers are boring. Shoot, they're not now.
Pitchers are the most odd people I have ever met.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. No doubt about
it. And then, like in college ball, like, I mean, like the pitchers, like they did their own thing. Like they hung out like all like, by themselves because they were just some weird dudes. It was, but like I don't know, like I like seeing like pitchers like show emotion.
Yes.
I mean, like as a hitter, like you should watch that. I mean, if they show like negative emotion, capitalize on that, and if they show like positive emotion, challenge them, like get that done.
Yes, it just makes the game more competitive, more exciting, and just like again, more exciting to just be able to go out and play this all day. Like you're always you're always trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. Yeah. Like by this dude freaking hit a ground ball, hauling butt to first base, completely stops.
Dude, that is the craziest play I've ever seen.
Never know. Like anybody else, any old regular person or something like that.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna run right through it. Whatever.
Yeah, there's whatever.
No, we're not gonna give away outs. We're gonna find a way to compete and have fun and fight. And then heck, you can make a highlight play out of it. Who cares? Like it's the more you see this type of stuff like that, because like you wouldn't have thought that was gonna just happen out of nowhere. I guess
I will guarantee that you'll never see that again. Just because it was the most craziest thing.
Like, dude, like, it's just, but think about it. Think about it. You got, who said it? And he was talking about Ohtani. I think it was Kevin Durant or Tom Brady, somebody, I don't know. But they were like, man, like, that dude's a legend. Like,
Dude, that
this is a basketball, not a baseball player.
Donovan Mitchell.
Whoever it was talking about
I
Ohtani,
remember seeing that. Yeah.
it was like, look, like it's not just a football and baseball world. I mean, basketball world. Like, everybody's enjoying freaking baseball. Everybody's playing games, whether they know the sport or not. It's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Just how exciting it is. You never know. You might get a foul ball. You might get a home run. You just never know what's going to go on at a baseball park. Never know.
It's like there's so many things like that are going on like in baseball. I mean, like I guess like so like the unwritten rules of like the 3-0 home runs. And
yes,
dude, it's I say swing 3-0 home runs, swing, do it.
yes.
I mean, okay. I mean, like, 'cause that was with a Tatis. So like last year down in Arlington.
Yeah, I remember. Trust me, I remember that one. Because I mean, now he was at fault for missing that sign, but that should have been a totally different story. They tried to bash him because he hit the home run, but he was basically saying, forget the coach, forget the coach, forget the coach. He wasn't saying that.
No.
I'm pretty sure in that point of time, he was just being young and was like, or maybe missed it or something like that. He didn't just flat on say, forget you, coach. I'm going to hit this home run and I'm not going to care. It wasn't like that. And
My
I just
thing,
like,
thing with that is that if he hit it center field or pulled it, it would have been different because he took a low outside ball, swung on it 3-0 and hit it oppo. Like
that should tell you something about him. Like he's that guy. Like he can do that. Like he can do that. And he pimps them. He pimps the oppo bomb.
He does not care.
You don't see that. And it's like,
nah.
Like for instance, whenever Trout had just hit his prime, like as far as just starting his career and stuff in the bigs, that's whenever I was like a freshman in high school, 8th grade, something like that. Like you would go to parks, you would go to baseball parks, people selling his jerseys. You would go to the stores, the malls, people selling his jerseys, his case with his face on it, something. But it's like you go and look at how he played and his excitement and him jumping over the freaking fence to rob a home run, him hitting home runs and just like, oh, well, I did it. Like him, just the excitement that he brought to the game.
I was actually talking to someone like about this whole thing the other day, and it's like Trout. I mean, like if Trout robs a home run, he just like straight face and just throws it in. Like it's like, oh, cool.
No.
I mean,
and there,
unreal. But then you got guys like, let's see who robbed Jake Fraley on the Mariners. Like, so he robbed a bomb the other day, and he was hyped, absolutely hyped about it. Yeah, and then that made and then like I think that was like the number one like web gem like of the week last week, and then I mean because like if he just like jumped up, caught it, but like didn't like showed that emotion, he probably wouldn't have got number one because then people like wouldn't have been like, oh, okay, yeah, like it's just
honestly, I mean just that alone, like,
dude, imagine if Trout showed more emotion. Imagine if Trout pimped bombs.
Yeah. Oh man, that's just that man. There is just it's too easy for him. Oh my god.
Did you ever see him at a spring training?
So I tell this story all the time. I was literally in live ABs across the field, like right across, and I was in live ABs rehabbing or getting live ABs from like big leaguers or whatever, or minor leaguers, AAA guys that were going or something like that. Literally, as that was going on, he walks down and goes to the other field I was like, oh my God, this man was literally right here, and I still didn't even get to get a glimpse of him. And it was so crazy because like I didn't really recognize it because whenever that was going on, like the media was still out and the fans were still stuff like that. So I mean, you had cameras and whatever like everywhere. So it's like you didn't really know like who was there just yet until like everybody was like, "Hey, Trout's over there." It's like it was so much cameras. Like even though you're in a practice field, like there was cameras on that field, play field, practice field, whatever. There was media everywhere. And so I had got done, and he had already left by then because he just got like an AB or two. He had got done, and I had got done right after. And everybody was like, "Did you see Trout?" No. He was on the field right next to you. I was like, "Are you serious?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I think it was him, and I think Upton, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like right across. I actually got to like see Upton like hitting and playing and stuff like that. And he came and talked to us, and that was pretty cool. But I haven't been able to see Trout.
Dang.
But he's like our legend.
Dude, he's easily. I mean, my two favorite players of all time, Griffey, 100%. I mean, like even being like from like up here in the Northwest, like I was blessed to watch him play.
Yeah.
Trout. I mean, even though let's see, Trout's 29 years old, so he's 2 years older than I am. And
Hey.
that's the crazy part is that like my favorite players, he would have been a senior when I was a sophomore. Like it's wild.
Yeah, it's always something like that always that goes on. That's the crazy part. Like you never know, like, cause like you go to that school or you go to that certain state, like you never know who's walking like
Yeah.
next something, and it's like just being where I am now. Like we don't know who's gonna be a big leaguer in a couple of years, but it's like just the idea of like all of us have a good chance at being that. So let's ride it out.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I would say like cause you said earlier that like we're all humans
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are just playing a game and that's your
Yeah.
job. Like you all have the
Yes.
same goal. And at the end of the day, you're just people.
Yeah, for sure. Once everything is said and done, we're right back, right back to reality. And it's like you can't, because I like me personally coming up here, I had a lot of mental stuff to deal with. I had people dying, and I was like, God dang, this is too much. I was going through a harsh slump. Like I've never seen so many sliders and curveballs in 1AB. Oh my God, it was so irritating. And I was like, so after I hit that home run, and then like the next two
didn't
games,
get a fastball at all.
freak, God, it was so tough. And so like after I want to say like 2 games after, like I got like 2, 3 more like a base hit or another one, something like that, right after. And the guys that were pitching, slider, curve, change, splitter. I was like, damn, can I get a fastball? Like Jesus, like I didn't see one, and it's like, okay, they're throwing us for strikes too. I'm like, oh God, this is tough. Coming off from a season, not seeing game like curveballs, not
see anything. I just
like
how many live at bats do you get between when you guys got sent home from spring training in 2020 until you came back?
So I want to say I did a lot of machine work. I mean, front toss over the arm toss. I mean, throw. I want to say I did it for like the last 3 weeks I was there. I want to say I had like 10 to 11, but they were off the same guys.
Yeah.
Again, you're not seeing first round prospect curveball like you would from like a low round guy. And I mean, even though he's still a pro ball guy, it's a curveball, no doubt. But it's like this guy has the snap. Like I can see it a little better from the. It's like just jumping up that high, seeing that type of arm, seeing nothing but 95 to 98 every day of the week with 85 slider, and it's like, oh, this is a different world right here. Like I feel like I basically I felt like I was in the big leagues and when we faced Everett, every single guy on that pitching staff, I want to say they had about a good 20 pitchers.
Well,
You
yeah,
have
dude.
you have about a good 15 going big league.
Yeah, they have Emerson Hancock. So he was a first rounder. Uh, who else? Uh, George George Kirby.
Okay.
So he put so actually he's so a buddy that I met in Pompano Beach, Florida. That's his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like knew who he was like when he was like in college.
Yeah.
And like this dude is huge. And then he gets drafted by the Mariners. So then like everyone up here is just like, you have no idea like who this guy is. And I was like, he's the real deal.
Oh my God! It didn't just facing up. Like I kid you not, the only way I got on base that week was literally a walk.
That week.
It was that bad, and it's
Damn.
like it was a huge wake up. Like Dre, this is for real, bro. Like you're not gonna be getting fastballs just anywhere and any way. Like how? Like you're gonna be getting some good stuff. You're gonna be getting a lot of movement. You're gonna be getting a lot of this and that. And like it blew me away. Like it shocked me. Like it really hurt it because I'm trying to swing and it's like, well, shoot, this don't look like a strike, but it really is. It's like it was tough. Just me not seeing all of that, me jumping up levels and all of that. Like it made it so tough. But like after a while, I'm like, hey, all right, you got to just sit down and talk to yourself. Like, man, hey, this is still baseball. Like at the end of the day, still got 3 strikes he needs to throw you. Still has 4 balls. Like everything's the same, bro. Like you just gotta stay maintained, recognize these pitches, and continue to keep the attitude right. Like and keep your confidence high, because that'll all play itself out. Like the more confident you are, regardless if you're sucking or not, it's gonna come out.
Yeah, it's all mental right there.
Yes.
I mean, like if you think about it, like they're at the same level you are.
Yep.
That means that you are at their same level.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like unless you get a guy like Jake DeGrom to go rehab high A in Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean, just so I literally went like I think that one really scarred me that week. So I went another week without really getting on base. And I mean, that's when I just set myself down. Like I just really broke myself down mentally.
Yeah.
And I want to say we had came back and we had played, I think it was the Giants, their affiliate. We had played them. And I mean, bottom of like I was still struggling, but I was getting right back to it. Like I was seeing pitches a lot better. I wasn't making solid contact, but I was swinging at the right pitches, the right pitches alone, all that good stuff like it. So it was getting back in order. But I still wasn't getting on base. So at the end of the day, that was still in my mind. So it was one game I had went in and I was struggling. And I was missing barrel. We came in. So the first at bat, I had struck out on the ball. It was bases loaded, 2 outs, and all I had to do was walk. I knew dude wasn't throwing me no more strikes because I was swinging all over the place, fighting and just trying to get that one good pitch. He was not giving me that pitch. My dumb behind threw a fast. He threw a fastball, and I swung right through it on the outside. I played nowhere near it. I was like, wow, this is still going on. So throughout the game, I think I found a way back on base or something like that. Yeah, either got like a bunt or a walk or something like that. So now we're getting into deeper innings. Yeah. We get into like bottom of the ninth or something like that. Yeah, bottom of the ninth. It was runner on third. No, I think it was base loaded again. I'm like, okay. here we go. Got number 2, round 2 coming in. And so I'm like, I'm getting this sack down. My swinging is not right. I'm not up to par with it. I'm getting this sack bunt down. I'm getting it down. So dude throws three straight balls. Okay, thank you. Dude comes back with a fastball right down the middle. Strike 1. I was like, oh shoot. All right, here we go.
There's the pitch.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, here we go. So 3-1, guy throws a fastball. I'm trying to still get the bunt down. No, I didn't try to get the bunt down. I assumed it was low. So I'm like, I pull back. Strike 2. I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm flipping out. The stands is flipping out. Like, are you kidding? Like, that ball was low. Dugout going crazy. I was like, freak. Like, I had like 1,000 things going through my mind at that time because I was still overthinking stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I need to make up for it. Like, I have to get a hit. I was just overstressing myself out when I didn't need to be. All the pressure was literally on that pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
So, throws a fastball, literally same spot that I thought was a ball last time. I was like, no. It just struck me out. So I went in, and I was like, here we go again. Da, da, da. I'm like, let me relax. We got our leadoff coming up, and I mean, let's just hope that he gets on. Like, let me just relax first, because I'm not the type of guy to where, like, if I'm doing bad, then I don't care about the rest of the stuff that's going on. Like,
yeah.
I still want to win a game at the end of the day.
Oh, for sure.
So he gets up, kind of the same thing, kind of the same at bat. Like, he gets up in the count, and the pitcher comes right back. He strikes out. So I just go crazy. I'm like, God, ah. And then from that point, like, I felt like I was, like, at my lowest, like, with baseball. Like, I've never had that happen before. Like, I've been low, but I've never went a full, like, 2 weeks without even touching a bag, like, on a base hit or something. And I was just
I
so
would
thrown.
be mentally like, I'd be so frustrated. Like, that'd be
I was
rough.
so mentally messed up. Like, I came home late. My fiance was here. I came late, and I was just tripping. I just came in and got in the bed. Like, I had broke down and everything. Just going crazy. And, and then before that, I had an incident that happened back at home where one of my old coaches had passed away. So all that stuff went through. It was like, it's so much stuff going on right now. And it's like, and then that just instantly topped it off. So I broke down, went crazy. And, like, I just needed, like, my coach was like, I got to give you an off day. Like, your mental, like, you need to work on your mental stuff right now. And I was like, yeah, I completely understand. Like, I was so jacked up. And it was like, just coming from off of a pandemic and then skipping levels, and then expecting myself to just go crazy and just go ball. Like, if I'm gonna do that, I gotta come a different way, because the way I tried to come, it wasn't the right way. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like another good season or whatever. You gonna get some fastballs here and there, I'm gonna get some knocks here and there. Nah, we really gotta work for this. Like, we really have to put some hours in, put some film work in more than usual, and really understand more of the mental side of the game. Like, the physical can take care of itself, but that
for sure.
That film room, understanding the pitcher, understanding how he works, understanding how he's gonna probably pitch at you. Like, it's like, I really need to be on that, because the more I'm on that, the more I can eliminate certain type of pitches that he throws.
Yeah.
The more I can be able to go through an AB, kind of having a good idea of how this guy's gonna pitch me, and whether or not I can lay out this certain pitch, whether or not I can see this pitch and drive. Like it all came into effect, and it's like, ever since then, I had set out for about a good, like, week and a half. And so through that whole time, like, I'm getting back my mental stages. I'm getting everything back right so I can get back playing. And so literally when I got back, we were in Spokane, and he was like, all right, you're playing today. Like, all right, here we go, Dre. Like you've been waiting for this. It's time. Like, yeah, we got to get back on it. And thank God again. Like, I went 3 for 4 that day, and that's like, okay.
See, it's dude, mental stuff.
Yes, like we're back at it. Like sliders wasn't phasing me. I'm driving sliders to the right side of the park. Like fastballs wasn't phasing me. Nothing was phasing me. I was Drevian Nelson again. Like that's who was playing, and that's
Having
who's
fun doing it.
exactly loving it, not caring, competing, having fun, and just trying to do whatever it takes to win. Like that brings the best player out of me. Like I can honestly say, just hands down, just trying to compete and win. Like that brings so much more out of me than just trying to come to a ballpark doing whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more than just like what's on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Definitely.
let's say, because my favorite part of baseball is the off season, just
Yeah.
because the fact of like there's so much stuff that goes that goes into that, and then like the season starts
Yes.
and you just hit play, just
Yeah.
it goes.
For sure.
So was there a player growing up that you like try to like, I guess like that you try to play like?
It was a bunch of them. I always had my weird way to see what they were doing and try to make it my own. Like I would love, because I was a big Red Sox fan. My brother was a Red Sox fan, and of course, me being the youngest, I'm like, well, shoot, I'm gonna follow my big brother, duh. So here I am, Red Sox fan. That's whenever Manny Ramirez, Poppy,
Yup.
Joya,
It's like
uh, Kevin,
07 to 13.
Kevin, like all those guys. And I was like,
Euclid.
man, I love like Poppy. He hits home runs, so let me put my toe up, da da da. And then I was always like the smallest on the field, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna play as big as I can, but I'm gonna still be this little guy on the field, trying to be like real simple and easy and stuff like that. So I would always like try to like just do like the stances or something like that.
Yeah.
Say like every I want to say every like great hitter on that lineup that year or those years, I had tried to stand like.
Dude, I think like those like 4 guys that you just named, I mean, so like Poppy, like, I mean, he's his own character right there. Like, dude, like that
Okay.
dude, I'm like, he's all out there. Like
Yes.
he's amazing. Then you got
Yeah.
Manny being Manny. You got some crazy dude who just does his own thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, everyone loves him. And then
Yes.
and then a Pedroia, like the small dude who hits
Yes.
bombs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And I
mean,
was always
simple.
small, but I've always had like some kind of what pop.
See what I'm saying?
Like it's just these little guys can hit too. Believe that. Trust
Hey,
me. We have a little character that comes out of us, and y'all will think that we're 6'5" in the game, but really
that's what
we're
I'm saying.
oh my God. But yeah, just watching those guys, it's like it was always fun to watch. Like, and I've always had a dream to go to Fenway, but we never could afford it. So we were always imagine watching those guys play and shoot. Honestly, maybe in a couple of years I have an opportunity to go play up there. But
I believe you can do it.
oh man, I
I believe you
appreciate it.
can do it.
That'll be pretty crazy.
Manifest that shit.
Yeah, that'll be my whole like having my brother and having my dad come to Fenway Park.
Yep.
Like my day one team until the Angels came in my life. That was my day one since I was a baby. Red Sox.
Dude, what about the Astros? The Stros.
They sucked. During that time, that's whenever Bengio, Carlos Lee, uh, who else, man? We had
Because they're in the
Hunter.
National League. Then.
Yes, yeah, you had Hunter. You had Freak. You had all those guys over there, and it's like y'all suck, man. Come on, all those guys, y'all suck. Like the tickets were so cheap back then. Like the nosebleeds were $1. Like they were trying to do any and everything to get us in that ballpark.
Dude,
And take it. Like, we would get the doctor seats and then go and sit on the floor because nobody was at the game. But it's like
bandwagoner over
oh
there
my
for you, the
God.
Red Sox, because your home team sucked. Damn.
Oh my God. But I mean, just watching like back then and the excitement that those guys had at
Yeah.
that park, like, dude hits a home run, stands is going crazy.
Bro, yeah.
Everybody. The stands are filled every single day. Like,
Yep.
it's berserk. And it's like as a little kid, you always dream about just doing or being that type of moment. It's like just knowing that I had the opportunity in a couple of years to be able to go and do that. It's like, man, it's crazy. And it's like,
The dream will become a reality, bro. Like, that will happen.
I can't wait, man.
It's like, I mean, like, cause I grew up a Cubs fan. Like, so my grandma grew up in Chicago.
Mhm.
So and then, like, so they would take like the train like to the games, and then they would find a tree and then like climb up there and like watch it, and
Yep.
that's how they did it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a choice to. I really had no choice of like what team to be a fan of. So
Yes.
see, I mean, I was a fan when they would lose 100 games. I had no choice on that one. But dude, I 100% know what you mean. Like, I'm saying, because watching like the Red Sox play,
Mhm.
and then them going through their whole, like, they didn't win a championship for so long. And then that core group, just like watching the Red Sox play together, it's amazing. I mean, it's
And then always seeing like the rivalry with the Yankees, like that brought even more excitement. Like,
dude.
you knew
Yep.
every chance they had to play those guys, one of those games, it was going to be a fight.
Small story. I have a personal vendetta against the Yankees because so I've actually talked to a few of their like staff guys like for the
Mhm.
podcast,
Yeah.
but they said I can't release any of the episodes. The New York Yankees said I can't release their episodes because they're revealing too much.
Dang.
See, so the Yankees and me, we have a thing. Like, I will say it, fuck the Yankees.
Oh man,
See,
that's crazy.
so you and I, we have a thing in common. We don't
There
like
we
the
go.
Yankees right there.
I'll take it, because I got some guys that I work with back at home at D-Bat
Yep.
Humble. They Yankee fan to the I was like, y'all suck. I
Yep.
don't like y'all. Y'all get the best teams in the league and still don't win in the World Series. Y'all,
Yes, sir.
no. And I was like, man, but it's like just seeing how the game was to now. It's like, because just think about it. MLB The Show, the video game,
Yeah.
getting purchased a lot by any and everybody. Guys that freaking just play basketball or football, they're purchasing the game, like the baseball game.
Let's go.
Like, it's so crazy. Like, you would have never thought that these type of people would buy a baseball
Yep.
game. So crazy. But I love it because it's like now I feel like I don't have to hide who I am as
Yeah,
a
for sure.
field. And I don't have to hide like my excitement and my
Yeah, we're showing
emotion
that stuff.
like that. Like, I don't feel like I have to hide it because, like, I feel like if I had to hide it, I wouldn't feel like it was home.
Correct. Yep.
I wouldn't feel like how I feel about
You got to be
it now.
yourself.
Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, because the more I feel about myself, the more I love it. Like, it's a lot easier for me just to be able to go in and enjoy the day, no matter the outcome. Like, it's just it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier job. I mean,
Yeah.
sum
100%.
it up. It's a lot easier job than anything else.
No,
So
you have the dream job right there.
yeah, like, I
Because
get
in
to play.
baseball, you get to play a game and get paid for it.
Yes. Oh my God. Like, I got it's just like, okay, you talk about it, but it's like actually like whenever you live that situation, like that experience, and you're in it, it's like your body, your mental stage is what's gonna get you that $1 million or that $1 million contract.
Exactly.
Whatever you have coming in the future, like it's all determined on how you play ball.
It really does.
So that's kind of what like was going through my head like through the whole time with the mental stages and stuff. But it's like I had to slow it down and just think like, okay, what am I doing or what am I trying to do when I'm at my best? I'm just trying to win a game. Like I'm putting everything down on the line to win that day's game.
Yes, sir.
That's what makes me go. That's what makes me push. That's what makes me fight. That's what makes me go from 1 inning all the way to 9. Like that's what it does, and it just helped me simplify a lot of things and take a lot of stress off of.
But yeah,
Like,
that's what
this I gotta hit. I gotta do this. I gotta catch. Like it stress off.
simple. I mean, like it's like you said earlier, like baseball is a simple game.
Yes.
But then, like the higher up you go, I mean, like I'm assuming that it. I mean, it does become more like advanced, but
Yeah.
it's simple. But you just got to be like every at bat, fight that at bat, like focus on that at bat. Don't worry about later. Like
Yeah.
do your thing.
Because that's the thing now, especially since I'm more on so this is my first time being on a full season roster,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like literally what they've been talking about and preaching. Like you play a game, you got to get over it after that game. Like after that game, like
Yeah.
give it the hey. Next day, you're right back in the game. It's not like okay, I play today, then I got a game on. Like I play on like in high school. Like you play on Tuesday, then you got a game Friday. So you can have from Tuesday all the way to Friday. You can be pissed off, mad, and and then you can be ready for the game.
You don't got that. And then you
No.
don't have that time. And then like also, there's always someone right behind you. There's
Yeah.
someone ready who is hungry for that spot.
Again, you're playing against the world. No
Yeah.
matter what, you're playing against the world. You're fighting for a spot. You're fighting for a job every single day.
Hey, or you can be a pitcher, and you can use some spider tack on your
Oh
fingers.
man, yeah, man. Pitchers, especially, oh my God, they got it so good. They throw their nice. They throw their nice. I want to say 4 to 5 to 6 innings. Done for like the rest of the week, and then they got to hope, do whatever and whatever.
Just work out, run, do their thing, and then they're like, "Oh,
Yep.
it's Friday night. Let's
Yep. And then throw their little bullpens and
get it
stuff
going."
there. Off days. Nah, not for position players. We gotta do this. If we suck this night, we gotta get over it and try to go be great again the next night. Like it ain't no time we can just sit here and be like, man, like that was so bad. Like I gotta go over. We ain't got time to do that. We gotta be ready once that night is done.
Dude, it's a big journey ahead. Guaranteed.
Yes. Yes.
You will make it.
Appreciate you.
See, it's so let's wrap it up a little bit. And then before wrap it up, I want to say thank you to signing my little brother's foam finger for him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, dude, he has that like on his like wall, like right by his bed. He is so hyped up.
I can't wait till I get to the big leagues so you can get another one.
Let's go. Every level, like we'll do and then we'll do a different foam finger.
Let's do it.
Okay, so here's my final question. It's kind of like about like what you kind of like talked about earlier, but like, so let's say that there's a kid like who, so let's say he's a senior in high school, and he's been told by others that he will get signed, but then he's having a bad stretch, and he's just like, you know what, screw this, like I'm not gonna do it, and he's just like all down himself. What would he say?
Man, I'll honestly say baseball's tough. You can't just let anything affect you in a certain way to where you're just ready to just give up and quit on it because you never know what you can get out of it. like you never know if that's your opportunity to make your life better than what it already is. So, I mean, everybody's story is different. Everybody's situation is different. But if he honestly feel like that is his way out from whatever situation that he's in, then, I mean, go for it. What do you have to lose?
To grind that out.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
everyone has their own journeys. Everyone has their own stories.
Yeah.
And I appreciate talking to you about yours.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on here.
All right. Well, thank you. And then have a good one.
Make it.